Hey everyone, it's Desiree and I am here with Spellbinders and we are going to make another shaped card. When I saw this die set and it is called Spring Wreath, I immediately saw a circle card. Now of course I do things very differently and backwards, so yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, just a little part, but it's fun. What's great is you've got this outline piece that's up at the top there, and then you have the detailed on top, and then you can change all your colors around. So what I did was I cut this out of excuse me, a pale blue cardstock, and then I cut the wreath out of a dark hunter green cardstock, and then I have all of my different colors you can see on that piece of black cardstock. Now I'm going to line this up right over that blue. And what's great is you can have a different color of cardstock in the center easily. Very, very easily. Could you imagine die cut inlaying that? I'm just saying, I am a die cutter. I live for die cutting and colored pencils. But wow, that would have been an amazing feat. I have my circle base. Now, this is the largest circle that is in, I have the Sizzix nested circle set. And I think this is about 5.5 inches wide. Now I'm just adding all the different pieces that I have. And I chose to die cut them in a lighter green. And I'm just choosing where I want those to go. What's great with this die set is all of the extra pieces that you're cutting fit perfectly onto this piece. So there's no overhang, they're not really crossing over, and if they do, that doesn't matter, you know me. And then we have these small little tiny green pieces that we can add as well. So keeping some of the leaves green, but then adding that pop of light green on top just to give it some dimension. I'm going to place the flowers now. These are the roses, and I chose a coral, a bright pink, and a bright purple, and those are the three colors that I'm going to use for the flowers. And again, these match up as well. You can see me, I'm trying to fiddle with one. Yeah. You know, Sabrina makes this look so easy. I'm just saying. Although I cannot do her pile of die cuts that she does. I tried it once and I ran screaming. Just saying. It was amazing. I don't know how she does that. So you can see I'm just fiddling around with these flowers. And I'm making sure that the flowers are different in the cluster. So not using the same shade of the larger rose. Again, giving that difference, that different look, that depth of each of the bouquets. Now the other ones that are left here, they are the individual roses. And then I'm just choosing those colors as well separately. Making sure I have one of those small flowers up underneath that rose. And then that will hide the base of that. And I only put a few of these small pink. They're like, I'm going to call them tulips. They look like tulips to me. But I do add many of the white, the small white flowers there. I think they really help the wreath to look even more three-dimensional. But just adding in a few of those, I'm going to call them tulips. Yep. So we're continuing to build our wreath. And this wreath is perfect for any occasion. And yes, I said any occasion. So birthdays, anniversaries, thinking of you, sympathy, Easter, Christmas. Yes, I said Christmas because those roses could be this beautiful red, deep red color. And I know she has a bow, so that could go on that as well. Again, look beyond your dyes and what looks you can get from them. Any dye can become a dye for the holidays, even if it wasn't brought out for that time frame. But it can. And it just depends upon how you accentuate it, how you embellish it, and what color you choose from it. And that's something that I started doing recently. Recently, beginning of the year. I know, it's already May. I am in amazement. We are almost halfway through the year, people. But I started doing that to say, okay, what else could be made from this? I pulled in some of my distress inks and my fine detail brushes, and I'm just putting a little bit of yellow in the center of the white flowers. I am going to come in with Kitsch Flamingo, Saltwater Taffy, and Venomous Potion for the other flowers. So for the coral, I'm using the saltwater. For the pink, I used on the pink, and then the Villainous Potion I'm using on the purple flower. And again, these do blend out. So I'm just going into the centers of those flowers. Here's my other die cut circle. I'm going to, at the 1/2 inch mark, I am going to score at that line. And I'm going to do that on both sides so I can get a nice crease on that. This is very thick white cardstock that I found in my stash. I'm going to put glue on that flap, and then I'm going to lay them together. Now this is where I realize, oh yeah, I need to cut off that bottom. Yeah. So I'm lining it up on my grid mat. Yeah, we thought that was going to stand. And I'm just going to trim that carefully in my paper cutter. And yes, I kind of beat that so that it would go through the paper. So, but it was with love. It was with love. So now that I have that flat edge, it stands up perfectly like you saw. I'm using one of her sentiment dies from the Hello Butterfly, which is also sold as a set with a stencil, so you can color the butterfly that it comes with it. So it's like a 2-fer, but in reality it's like a 3-fer, because the Hello also comes with a butterfly die, and then you can get the stencil to color that butterfly, which is really cool. I cut the Hello from black cardstock, and I cut the cloud 2 times from this white cardstock that I had. And I'm going to glue that right in the center of the wreath. I'm going to pull in some of her yellow pearls. This came from her kit, from her most recent collection, and they are exclusive to the kit. I'm sorry. I know. Heartfelt Wings is the collection, but it is a beautiful kit too. So I'm just going to use the yellow pearls, and that is our card. I think it came out really cute once I remembered to cut off the bottom to make it flat so it would stand. But I had a really great time just playing with those die cuts. And again, it's a great scrap buster when it comes to these die cuts. And that's something that I do enjoy with her die sets. You can really bust through all of your scraps. I hope you enjoyed today's project. I hope I gave you a few tips and tricks, or maybe I just gabbed a lot for you and maybe you don't like that. It all depends. Enjoy the art that you create. And while you're doing that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. I'd love to have you here so that I can show you other tips and tricks that I may have. But I cannot stress enough, what is really, truly most important to me is that you enjoy the art that you create. And please know that you are creating it. Sometimes it's a struggle. But always remember what's most important to me. Always be creative, guys. And I will make sure I'll talk to you in the next one. Till then.